Hello again. I thought, following on from my last video about tarot decks that helped shape me, that's what I'm going to call it. I think tarot that helped shape me as a reader, although I'm not entirely sure if that's what I was trying to say. They're just the decks that were the most eye-opening for different reasons. I thought I'd do the same with my oracle decks because why not? I'm not doing anything else and I love it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6 to show you. And they're all well-known decks, so, you know, I've got nothing particularly awesome to pull out the bag for you. They're awesome, but nothing that you've probably never seen before. So my first deck, which was my first Oracle deck anyway, is Brian Froud's Fairy deck. This one. This I had for the longest time, and I didn't actually do anything with it at all. I loved looking at the artwork, but I didn't really use it. But as time has gone on, I have used it more and more. Personally, I don't use it for just every day. It's normally when there's something big going on in my life or the energy shifts that I'm like, I'm going to need the fairies. And each time I've used the deck, I've found the messages to be quite something. I try first off to go with my gut feeling, what I'm feeling from the image, and then I will always go to the book because I think the book is so well written, so I like to do that. So whilst it wasn't my first used deck, but I wouldn't be without it now. It really holds a special place in my heart. Yeah, I love Brian and I love Wendy, so I just love the beings that are in this deck, absolutely. And there's just something, there just feels something so magical and special whenever we work together, hence why I don't use them that often. But definitely this is one of the decks that I wouldn't be without, and it's really opened my eyes to what a good oracle deck can be. Just going to pause it because I just realised actually there's 7 decks and I forgot one. Sorry about that. That deck was in the living room because I was working with it yesterday. So, Brian Froud, love it. Who's next? Okay. Silence is who's next now. The Isis Oracle. Again, this is a deck that I don't just pull out whenever I have just a question or anything like that. This is actually I've got 3 of them here, 4 of them that I don't just pull out. That's just how I roll. You do what you will with your own. I normally use this when I'm after using questions about where I'm at as a spiritual being, rather than on a on a personal level. I'm struggling with a co-worker. What can I do? Something like that. This one I use a lot more for where I'm going, where I've been, that sort of thing. And every time I have used it, which is rare, I'm not going to lie, this deck doesn't get used that often, but every time I've used it, just in case you weren't sure, artwork by Jimmy fan club right here, I've always found it to be so comforting. I really find it comforting. With this deck, I do look at the keywords and the image, but for some reason, unlike the Brian Froud Fairies one, I go straight to the book with this one. That's just, again, how I roll. So that one, love that one. This one as well. This one is one of my favourite oracle decks, and you either love it or you hate it. I haven't used it that often of late, but it used to be my go-to oracle deck, which is the Wisdom of the Oracle. And that this one was happy to come out for daily draws, twice the daily draw, and I always found this one quite comforting. I absolutely love the bunting on the cards. I think that's great. And the oracle's face in all the cards. Love it. yeah, it's the artwork I don't think is for everyone. Or I've seen a couple of people say they don't like it. That's what I mean by not for everyone. But for me, I likes it. You know me, I like most things. Yeah, so this has always been a comfort for me as well. I think that's what I feel with my Oracle decks. Comfort. That's how I like my decks to feel, like a comfy blanket or a gentle nudge, because I believe that deep down you already know. Like, you know, it's going to sound really silly, but if you you can't decide what you want for dinner, and you're like, I'm going to get takeaway. And you're like, do I want fish and chips or do I want Chinese takeaway? So you're like, I know, I'll toss a coin. And Chinese is heads, tails for fish and chips. And as you flick it, you already know what you want it to land on. So when it comes down, it's tails, and you're like, oh man, I wish it was heads. I'll go heads. So sometimes I feel like that you know the answer, but it is always nice just to pull a card and be like, yeah, now I know. And I get that from this deck. I really hope that makes sense, because that was a bit rambling. So, but that's what I get from this deck. It was a bugger to get apart though, because this one came like proper joints. So I had to really give it a good cracking. They do make really nice cracking sounds when you have to break them in, but then peeling them off, you're like that because of how laminated they are. So yeah, there's that one. This will just be like a quick video. I think I've been filming enough this weekend for you. The next one was gifted to me by my dear friend, and that is the Oracle of the Dragonfae, which also has Jimmy work in it. Sorry. I still use the thing to keep them nice and together. This one I do use the book with, but I found every time I've used it, and I've used this one more so than the Isis Oracle, but still not as often as the Wisdom of the Oracle. Again, it feels, you know, especially with, you know, the artwork, it just feels I have to hold space. I'm not just going to bust it out and just give it a good shuffle. I like to be holding space and then listen. But the images, whilst I do read from the book, you must not read from the book. Reference to the mummy. You know, the images are so strong. They do give you, well, they give me at least, you know, a little vibe of something. But it's just lovely, and I do love the dragons. You've got to love dragons. We haven't got to love them at all. Let's see how else we got. So yeah, give me another one. There isn't a dragon. Oh well, this one's got a dragon in it. It's fine. I'm joking. Yeah, and I do like it when you have the name, so you can look in the book and see what more this means in more, and then you have the Be Light of Heart, which is nice. I dig that in my oracles. Yes, I do. Sorry, it's been a while. Oh, Tony. I'm also a huge Tony fan. And Raven. Is it Raven? Is that her name? Yes. Yes, it is. I'm sorry. I had a mental brain block. Or just a brain block, really. It didn't have to be a mental one. So, yeah. This is also another one that comes out always fine. I think for all... Sorry. I'm getting dressed. All the Oracle decks that I have, they all feel like they bring something. I've got some beautiful decks. The Cosmic Reading cards, these ones, sorry, you know, they've all got something to give, absolutely, but these are the ones that I've probably had the most profound readings with for myself, and therefore feel that they have shaped me as a reader, and I think that's probably maybe true of other people, I'm not sure, but that's how I feel. So we'll just pop that back in. Sorry, just trying to pause a second. Didn't want to be coughing all over the screen. The next is, this is probably my most used Oracle deck, which is Journey of Love. This I love. This I can write page upon page upon page, because I do, when I read for myself and others actually. It's been a while, but I did do it at once. I love to write. I just go, and this deck I always find that I can absolutely go for ages. Sorry about the glare. They're very shiny cards, so you know. This one really unlocks my creativity, and we can just go. And what I like to do is I just write what I feel, what I see. I make up stories, and then I will refer to the book to see where we're at. And I love it. I absolutely love it. The artwork is stunning, in my opinion, which is funny, I think, because obviously I have very eclectic taste when it comes to what I find pretty. I absolutely love decks that are collage, that are digital, and then, you know, this kind of artwork, you know. So this is probably my most used oracle. This and the wisdom oracle. I absolutely love it. So has it really shaped me as an oracle reader? For me, my oracles are more personal. If I've ever given a reading, I've always used tarot, or now and again I'll pull in an oracle deck. It's like, you know, just a little something extra. But with oracles, it's much more personal. So it's in a way, it's even harder to say. Not that I really went into detail in my last video, but it's harder to say why I feel that it's helped shaped me. They just pull different things, you know, from me. That's how I feel. And then the next two is mine. This is my deck. You've seen it before. If you follow me on Instagram, I post it. And of course, this one's definitely shaped me as an oracle reader, because as much as you get what you want from other decks, like, you know, the Isis Oracle, you know, pulls in all those feels for me, and you know, there is a deity that I feel that I can call upon. This is literally, and I don't know how cheesy this sounds, this I created. This is from my soul. I know exactly what every single one of these means to me. So when I pull them, because you find like, depending on what reading you're doing, depending on what card comes up. So say you're doing a reading, one card comes up, whether it's Tarot or Oracle, and you're like, right, yeah, for that situation it's this. But a lot of the time, this deck for me is not necessarily, there's no changing of what they mean. And that's because I created it, I suppose. Well, I say I created it. I had the idea, I paid someone to put the images together, we worked really closely, yada yada. There's a video, you can have a look if you want. So, and I have started to use this one a lot more. I must admit, when I first had it made, I didn't use it, not as often, purely because I was so close to it, because I'd seen it being created, that I was like, oh no, it's not really that good. It's not as good as anyone else's. And I was like, it doesn't matter if it's as good as anyone else's, the professionals. I put a lot of thought went into this to help me heal my pain, and yeah, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So, especially this card, because it's got the butch in it. This is Alice, everyone. You may have seen her. She pops up now and again. So, yeah, this definitely helped shape me as an oracle reader, because it's my own. And then lastly, quicker than the tarot video. I'm trying to keep it down for you people. This one I don't think I've done a video on either. This is Ambika Walters' Angel Oracle deck. And other than my more recent purchase of a DV Angel deck, which unfortunately is currently sat in a box at Nan's house because I just didn't gel with it. I'm keeping it, or I might donate it to a charity shop. I'm not sure. I just didn't gel with it. Nothing wrong with the artwork. Nothing wrong with DV. It's just, this is my home deck. If I wanna meditate with the angels, I'm pulling Ambika's. I think I'm pronouncing that right. That's what I always call her, so I hope so. So this is what I'm always pulling. This has had a huge, profound effect on me, this deck. Purely because this is the deck that started my love and my understanding on my meditation with Metatron. This is why, not today, but most of the time I wear the Metatron cube around my neck. It's just, I don't think I've ever felt that close to something than I did when I pulled Metatron from this deck the first time. And this is the deck I use to communicate with Metatron and the angels. Take what you will from that, but that's how I roll. So yeah. And do you know what? Whilst we've been doing this, I've been like mentally making a note. I was like, yeah. But you know, I have missed a deck, and I don't know where it is, which is shameful of me. It's absolutely shameful. But it's the Magdalene Oracle as well, right there for that one. So special mention. But yeah, this comes with a gorgeous hardback book. Oh, it's wonderful. The artwork isn't going to be to everyone's style. It can be considered quite plain. But you've got, have faith that goodness and joy are mine now and forever, and that is the angel of faith. So you don't have names of lots of angels, but you do have the big daddies. You know, you have Metatron and you have Michael and Gabriel. That being said, I can't find any of them right now, unless I've gone through them while I was chatting to you. Raphael. Pretty sure he was a Ninja Turtle, but you know, that's fine. Got the Angel of Peace. Metatron, here he is. My man. I am united with the source of all goodness, love, and creativity. I love that. Then you've got Uriel. And you can just sit and look at my face while I flick through. Gabriel, as I said. I think I actually did bring that one up on screen, actually. I wasn't paying attention to his name. Yeah. There's Michael with his sword. Sword of justice. Oh, I stand for justice and truth. Is that like a lizard underneath him? I'm seeing St. George here. Maybe they're the same person. Who knows? Who knows? So there you are. Sorry that the video is probably seems a little bit rushed, but I don't want to bore anyone. And not only that, this is kind of like my little segue into doing other videos that aren't just look at this deck I brought, isn't it amazing? Which normally they are. But yeah, so these are the oracles that I've turned to most, that I've had the most amazing moments with. And that's them really. Same with the tarot. Let me know what you think of your own or mine. I'm fine. It's fine. Thank you. If you stayed with me this long, sorry, my attention's moved. I was looking for this. I was looking for this last night, you know, and I couldn't find it for the life of me. And I was looking through my suitcase earlier for the oracle decks. I was like, well, there it is. I wonder where it would have gone. So yeah, that's my afternoon. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'm sure I'll be back real soon. Take care of yourselves.